We have a copy. We have a copy. Break into tech. Transition to tech. Summit. Transition to tech summit. You just give me a minute. I also want to stream on Facebook so that people on Facebook can watch us on Facebook without challenges. Can watch us on Facebook without challenges. Transition to tech. Transition to tech without a tech background. Transition to tech without a tech background. Transition to tech without a tech background. So just hold on. We're trying to ensure that we are being streamed on Facebook without challenges, without any challenges at all. Okay. I think we are good on Facebook. I think we're good on Facebook. Let me check. You're welcome to tonight's session. And the session tonight, okay, we're on Facebook now. We are streaming live so that we have a copy that we can share on Facebook. So start with, I am Omiyale Yomi. I'm the founder of Digital Consulting. And this session tonight is organized in conjunction with Spotless Properties and with the Nigerians in Diaspora organization, NIDO, Qatar branch. So I also have to make mention of Mr. Latif of NIDO, and of course, Mr. Emmanuel of Spotless Properties. I know they will also be coming in at a point in time during this session. So I am Omiyale Yomi. I'm the founder of Digital Consulting, which is a tech training institute. And I will tell you more about the organization as we proceed. So you are welcome to tonight's session. I know many of you came here by virtue of the invitation from Mr. Emmanuel of Spotless Properties, Spotless Paints, and of course, Mr. Latif of Nigeria in Diaspora Organization, the branch. And you are welcome to tonight's session. So I will start by sharing the outline for tonight so that we have an understanding of what we are here to do and what this session is all about. So we need to have something to guide us as we proceed in tonight's session. For this session tonight is going to be one of the best decisions you have ever made, right? Even though it's coming at the end of the year, but you'll look back and you'll be very, very grateful to God that you took this step tonight of joining this session. So let's get going. So what are we doing here tonight? Oh no, I need to connect to the right internet. I've been on everything is fine. We're good. Just noticed that I wasn't using the powerful internet. So let's go. So first of all, I think I've done that appreciation to Nido and Spotless Paints and Properties, Qatar. They are the facilitators and the organizers of this event. And they have made this session possible. At the end of this session, or towards the end of the session, I will also bring in Mr. Emmanuel to just talk to us because he's one of the primary organizers of this event. Mr. Latif, I'm not sure he's here tonight. So introduction to Digital Consulting, introduction to Digital Consulting and its founder, right? So very important. Then why tech? Why break into tech? Why tech? Why break into tech? Then we'll look at cloud engineering. We'll look at three things tonight. We'll look at cloud engineering. We'll look at data analysis. We'll look at digital marketing, of course. And we'll look at LMS. Let's just call it LMS plus SIS deployment as a business, right? So we'll go through all this, then I'll give you the next steps. So this will be very interesting. So just follow me. So this already, then introduction to digital consulting. So as you can well see, I believe you can, maybe you can't see, right? I'm based in Nigeria, but I run an organization that has presence in 3 continents. We operate in Africa. We have students in not just Nigeria and Africa. We have students in Kenya, in South Africa, Rwanda, Uganda, and of course, Ghana. We also have a presence in Europe. So we have an Europe chapter where we have hundreds of students, if not almost 1,000 students in the UK. So UK is like the headquarters, but we have students from Germany, we have students from Ireland, Poland in the European sector. And we also operate in the United States. So we have students there that we train on tech. So I think the Middle East, Qatar, that you all are from will be like our 4th region that we are reaching. So that is about digital. So I'm based in Nigeria. I live in Nigeria, though I travel a lot, but I live in Nigeria. And because of this Nigerian thing, there's always a need to actually introduce our organization to you, because I always say jokingly that when Africans see a white man talking, their belief is always that, oh yeah, he's saying the right thing. It's true. But when they see a fellow African, they just have a bit of doubt. Oh, and based on bad experience, they are not to be blamed for that. So because of this, I always try to spend a few minutes to, try to introduce ourselves, what we really do and what we are really up to. So you just avail me of that. So the first thing is to find out about digital consulting. Just go to Google. And right there you could learn about the organization. So just go to Google and do digital consulting. Right. So let's go. Let's go to Google. Right there. So are we on Google already? So we have digital consulting reviews. Digital consulting reviews. So when you get here, you can see more about digital consulting. Because of our time and we have a long way to go, so we might not really go into so much of all this. But the most important thing here is just check out our reviews. So the reviews here will show you a lot about the organization and what we have been up to before now. So check out our reviews and see for yourself. So that is very important. The next thing is, I always advise you go to Instagram. So check us out on Instagram, because when you get to Instagram, you will see some of our success story and what we have been up to. Instagram will give you a feel about the organization itself. So let's get going. Let's go to Instagram. Yeah, we are here. So go to Instagram and search for digital consulting on Instagram. Digital consulting. So we're on Instagram, and this is digital consulting, and we just search for digital consulting on Instagram. So as you can see, here's digital consulting. So check us out on Instagram. You can see what we have to offer, what we have been doing. So this is very important, so you understand more about the organization. Like people always say, oh, it's a scam. Everything in this life is not a scam. And at the end of this session, you even see that we're offering you free training for a couple of days. So how can that be a scam, right? it's always necessary. I know people have been through a lot. People have been scammed on the internet. A lot has happened. People have believed promises made and the promises have not been fulfilled. So there's always this phobia. So that is why I always go the length to show you all this. Right? So that's the step. Second step, check out Instagram. First step, check out Google reviews. Second step, check out Instagram. Right? So then there's the third step, which I will also, and this third step is very important, and that is LinkedIn. Because you can't dock anything on LinkedIn. You can't dock it. If it's not there, it's not there. So let's go to LinkedIn. Let's go to LinkedIn. And when we get to LinkedIn, you can see what I'm talking about on LinkedIn. So we're right here on LinkedIn and let's get going. Let's get going. So right here, this is LinkedIn. Okay, so let's do LinkedIn. Show this out. Okay, so I'm going to share this. So we're going to LinkedIn. We're going to the University of LinkedIn right away. So we're on LinkedIn right now. And somebody, you guys are checking my messages, but it's okay. Okay, not a problem. So, digital consulting on LinkedIn. Digital consulting on LinkedIn. So right here, let's look at post. Let's look at post. So now this is very important because you can see here that this organization has been around for a long time. So this is like our 5th year of empowering people. And in the last 5 years, we have trained thousands of Africans and non-Africans and helped them to transition career in tech to get their first tech job, to access opportunities in tech and with content. So these are some of the posts. You can see that these are real people doing real things. When you search, you can see them. They are doing real stuff. You go to page 2. Go to page 2. Okay, now post. So let's go to see our post result. At times this thing misbehaves, but we'll move it. I'll go back again. I'll set it again. Like I said, this guy misbehaves at times, but we will insist. Okay. So keep going. So these are people. These are posts from real people. Go to second page. Post. See some post. So you could just see more about people. So all these people are people at consulting. They've either gone through the program at one point or the other. And that's why, yeah, okay. I don't know why I'm getting all this. I was searching for post. And they're bringing just profile. Okay, yeah, finally got it. So as you can see, I tried over and over and it works. So you see Toluani Samuel has gone through our program. You see our logo Emmanuel gone through our program. You see Emmanuel Oyelami, Odinaka Ozuaka, so you can see that these are real people. These are people that are real. They are working professionals. They are doing amazing stuff. This Pascal Francis, this Wisdom, Bezalil, this Chukwuebuka, Daniel, Odele. So on and on and on. So you can by just going through this and finding out with it, so you can see the caliber of students we've trained. You can see the volume of students we have trained. You can see what they are doing, right? And the list just goes on. But I think that's enough for now. We have a lot to cover today. So, so those 3 things just shows you little about the organization, and I think that will be quite helpful. So back to our outline. Back to our outline. So let's see what we have there on the outline. So introduction to digital consulting and its founder. The founder of digital consulting. Okay, you could check me out. For those who want to check me out, I really don't have so much time tonight, but Just go to Instagram and search Omiyale Yomi. So this is me, Omiyale Yomi on Instagram, right? So when you get to Instagram and you search for me on Instagram, you find me here on Instagram, right? So here's where I share my thoughts. I share my thoughts, my ideas, right? But we're here for break into tech. So let's face break into tech and let's go back to. So I've introduced digital consulting to you and I've introduced its founder to you. Why tech? Why break into tech? I don't think I'm going to spend so much time talking about this because tech is awesome. Tech is great. Tech is powerful. There are opportunities in tech. And the beauty about tech is you can work a full-time job in tech as a cloud engineer, as a data analyst, as a digital marketing professional, or as someone who deploys softwares and is paid for it. Or you can run your own business. So tech just has a lot of opportunities. And to try to clear your mind about some things, because I've been doing these things for more than 5 years. I used to be a tax accountant with a leading oil and gas company in Nigeria, an oil exploration and production company. But I left because I discovered the opportunities in tech. So anybody can transition to tech. It doesn't matter the current work you are doing right now. And in tech, no university degree needed. Nobody cares about your university degree. Nobody cares about your certifications. What people care about is what you can do. So I know many of us come from a background where degrees are important, certifications are important, but all those things are irrelevant in tech. But I think I might need to touch on this. So let me go to Upwork so that I won't be talking abstract. I think it's a good place to start from Upwork. Then from Upwork, I can now take you to LinkedIn and I will see these things so that I won't just be talking and you just feel this man is just talking. Let's see it for ourselves, right? Because a lot of people have talked. A lot of people have talked and talked. And at the end of the day, they just realize that it's all talk. So maybe I should not just talk and show you a few things. So, Alan, now I'm going to show you Upwork. So let's go to Upwork. I will show you something very interesting on Upwork today, right? So this is a platform now, and I will show you people who are based in Nigeria. Some of them are my students. Some of them are people who have worked for me in the past, but I might not be able to pinpoint them. But I'll just do a search for you. So let's do Azure Nigeria. Azure is cloud engineering, right? So when you hear Azure, that's cloud engineering. So Azure Nigeria. So I said, now what does it mean? Nigeria means they are based in Nigeria. Azure means that is the skill they have. So these people are living in Nigeria. They are not even living in Qatar. And one thing you need to understand is that if you are living in Nigeria, you are disadvantaged. You are disadvantaged if you are living in Nigeria, because there are many jobs on this platform that you will not be able to see from Nigeria. But in spite of that, people still get opportunities from Nigeria on this platform, and a lot of opportunities. So how much more you that you are in Qatar, which is arguably like a first world country, right? So I'm just trying to use this Nigeria, show you how people who are based in Nigeria. I'm going to bring tonight Mr. Popola. Mr. Popola lives in Nigeria, but he has gotten a lot of jobs outside of Nigeria. A lot of jobs outside of Nigeria. There's hardly any continent in the world that he has not done a job in. So if we that are in Nigeria, based locally in Nigeria, can access these jobs, these opportunities, those of you who are even in Qatar, I would just say the sky is actually your limit. So let's look at it. So this is Olabamiji. As you can see, he has earned $10,000 on this platform. Now, don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean if you learn the skill today, by next week, you start getting $10,000. But once you have the skill, you will be fine. I know one of my students that I just checked LinkedIn recently, and I knew when she started this Upwork journey. She started 2 years ago. I actually brought a facilitator to train them then, and when I checked that LinkedIn, I done $30,000. I done $30,000 on this platform, not a full-time job, but just doing gig. He has on $5,000. He has on $20,000, $10,000, $10,000. Right? We could go on. You see some very heavy figures now: $10,000, $80,000, $3,000, $60,000, $4,000, $5,000, $80,000, $100,000. Look at him, $100,000 he has done on this platform, $10,000. So you understand that everyday Nigerians make money on this platform: $2,000, $100,000. Support engineer, cloud engineer, $30,000. Right? $2,000. So now let me also do data analyst, Nigeria, data analyst. You can say that I'm putting Nigeria there because I want you to know that these people are not even outside of Nigeria, and it's bad for people in Nigeria because there are many jobs that will never come to them because they believe they're in the third world country. So he has done $30,000, $80,000, $800, $500, $20,000, $400. Those ones are just starting. $400, $900, but they keep advancing. So this shows you now on this platform, your university degree irrelevant. Your certifications, they don't care. What do they care about? That's on $40,000. What do they care about? You deliver on the job. What are the projects you have executed? Right. So enough of that. So now let's go to LinkedIn. Let's go to LinkedIn. Right? We left LinkedIn, but we are going back to LinkedIn. So another thing about LinkedIn is that there are two ways to get jobs on LinkedIn. You can get jobs when recruiters reach out to you. That is attraction marketing. So you attract the recruiters yourself. You attract companies that reach out to you for freelance jobs. Now, another thing you must understand about tech is that tech is not all about full-time jobs. So you can have your 9-to-5 job and you're still making some money by the side with tech online by the side. So let's go to LinkedIn by the side. That's the beauty of this platform, that it's not about getting a full-time job. You can get a freelance job. You can get jobs that you do for 3 months, you do some for 6 months, some for 2 weeks, and that is. So let's go to now. The beauty of LinkedIn is that you can do remote jobs outside your country of origin. So data analyst jobs. So what do I mean? So there are many Nigerians, a lot of them, many of them are students, who live in Nigeria, but they work for companies in Europe, companies in Africa, and now a lot of Ghanaian companies, Kenyan companies, and South African companies actually recruit, Rwandan companies too. They recruit a lot of Nigerians now. They work for companies in Europe. They work for companies in Australia. They work for companies in Asia. They work for companies in North America, but they are based in Nigeria. Some of those jobs are full-time jobs that they do from 9 to 5. Some of them are freelance jobs. They give them the job, they execute the job, they pay them. They give them the job, they execute the job, they pay them. So it's that interesting, right? If you have the skill, it is that interesting. I promise you, it's so interesting when you have the skill set. Let's look at this data analyst job. Data analyst job. So this time around, I want to say data analyst jobs and data analysis jobs. Right. Let me look in jobs. Now I'm not doing South Africa. I just want to do United Kingdom. So because you're in Qatar doesn't mean you are limited to jobs in Qatar. You can do remote jobs. That's the beauty of tech. You don't need to be physically there to get the job done. You can do the work remotely. You can work from anywhere as long as the job is done. You can work from anywhere in the world. So look at these data analyst jobs in the UK, but I'm going to look at the last 1 week. past week so I can reduce the results. So there are 405 jobs in the last 1 week. I want to also reduce it further. I'm looking for the ones that are 100% remote, right? In the last 1 week, 63, 100% remote, right? So with the data analytics 10, this is 100% remote. You can look at the search criteria. Now, so you just keep applying, you get interviews, and from interviews, you get the job. So it's not that complex. So what's the need for you? Project. So now that's what I'm saying. So somebody thought maybe they will ask for my university degree. We ask for this, not necessarily. So let's look at it. Data analysis and why this, what's the need for you? Projects you work on, internship, roles as a you will enroll in proficiency excellent, enrolled in or a related field. Okay, these ones need a university degree, but a related field, not even computer science. Nothing on programming there. So proficiency with these tools, excellent, and that's it. Another one, data analysis, remote. You can go on and it, remote, 3 days, responsibility, white journals, what we are looking for, experience, proficiency in, no university degree yet. You make use of these tools, we are good to go. We've checked it on already. I think they just posted a lot of it. So there's this other one, data analytics, training and internship, right? So let's go. Yes, you work on this, roles and responsibility, collaborate, utilize, apply, collaborate, go on and on. And you are not limited to your country of origin. So that is what makes tech very, like the world is at your fingertips. I could show you some other sites, but I'm just conscious of the time. Aside from LinkedIn, aside from LinkedIn and Upwork, we also have Fiverr that I know some of you have known, but all those Fiverr, even those things. We have remote job websites. There are a lot of them. We have Glassdoor, we have monster.com, we have Naukri, we have a whole lot of these sites there. Most important thing is, do you have the skill? Once you have the skill, you are good to go. So this thing is not rocket science, it's not art. So I think we've started that area. Then another question some people will have is, oh, I think my age, I think I'm not in my 20s. I think this tech thing is for all these whiz kids, all these small computer whiz dad, all these small boys, not necessarily. And I'm going to show you something now that will change orientation about that. So there's this Nigerian actress, Buki Wright. Buki Wright, she transitioned to tech at the age of 44. At the age of 44, Buki Wright transitions to tech. Buki Wright. So let me share this with you. So that you don't write yourself off, right? And I say this from many years of experience. I've seen people who are doing jobs that are not so great, and they gave their time to learning tech, mastering tech, and today they are doing wonderfully well. So tech is not for, if you are trained, if you are taught, you master it. I trained as an accountant, but I'm not in tech now. I'm not in tech. I moved from the oil and gas industry to the tech industry. So it's not hard. So look at it. Common Hollywood actress, Buki Wright, transitioned into a tech career at age 44. She currently works as a senior IT auditor in the US. So she was already 44 when she made the move, transition into tech. Just think about that. Just process that. At the age of 44, that was when she transitioned. So if you can do it, you, of course, can do it. My job is to show you opportunities, right? To show you opportunities. Now, that being said, we've sorted that area out. So why tech? Why break into tech? Right now, tonight, I just want to share with you how we'll be going about this thing. Right. So as an organization, we have many training programs that we run. And because this is a special kind of training brought to you courtesy of Spotless Properties, Mr. Emmanuel, he will still come and speak to us before we end. Courtesy of Spotless Properties, and also courtesy of Nigerians in Diaspora organization, Mr. Latif, right? It's a special kind of training for you. It's a special kind of training for you because, number one, we give you 2 to 3 days of free training. So those 2 to 3 days of free training gives you a feel of what our program is all about. It gives you that feel of what the program is about. Then, aside that, we also give you a bonus training with each of these packages. And that bonus training is digital marketing. And I'll talk more about it. So, but first of all, let me introduce. So the three trainings are actually, so let me paint it to you. So you have cloud engineering plus digital marketing as a bonus. You have data analysis plus digital marketing as a bonus. Now we are doing this for the first time, right? In Qatar. So that's why we're just trying to give you a lot of value. Then we have LMS plus SIS as a business plus digital marketing as a bonus. So what this means is that no matter the program you decide to go for, you always get digital marketing as a bonus. And why do we want to give you digital marketing as a bonus? Is because we want to give you a lot of value, a whole lot of value, right? Because digital marketing is what has helped us as a business. And if we are training you on these things, you are getting this digital marketing as a skill. And I'll break it down to you later. So first of all, we have programs that are career programs. And we have programs that are entrepreneurship programs. What's the difference? So career programs are programs that when you learn those things, it takes longer to learn, takes a longer time to learn. And when you are done learning it, you have to work in a place. You have to work as a staff or as a freelancer. So you have to work. You need to get a job. So you might get the job online. You might get the job physically. And the jobs pays well. The jobs pays well. It pays well. So for career programs in digital, our career programs are 4 months, 4 months to 6 months. For instance, cloud engineering is a 6 months program. Data analysis is like a 4.5 months program, right? So these are career programs. Like I said, it takes a longer time to learn. You have to work as a staff or as a freelancer, right? And the jobs pay well. So they are a career program. Now we have what we call entrepreneurship programs. So these programs, you don't need, so they take a shorter time to learn. I think that's the first. They take a short time to learn. A short time to learn. Note of that. Number two, you can work, you can do it as a business. As a business. It also pays well, depending on your marketing ability. Please, if you are listening to me, if you are following me, can I see your hands? Can you just raise your hands? I need to be sure that you are enjoying this session and you want me to continue with this session, right? So, okay, I can see a lot of hands. So thanks for the encouragement. So I can see that you all enjoyed the session. So don't worry, when it's time, we can have questions and answers. Though most of the things you need, I will actually provide it tonight. So let me continue this. So now these entrepreneurship programs, they take a short time to learn. You can do it as a business. It also pays well depending on your marketing ability. So while career programs are data analysis and cloud engineering. So these are career programs. Data analysis, cloud engineering. These are career programs. So it takes a longer time to learn, 4.5 months to 6 months. You have to work as a staff or you can work as a freelancer. Upwork is one of them, LinkedIn is one of them, and the jobs pay well. But when it comes to the entrepreneurship program, these ones are digital marketing And let me just call this LMS plus SI. I will still break it down. I will explain to you what this LMS plus SI means. LMS plus SI means deployment, right? These are entrepreneurship programs. So these programs, they take a short time to learn, right? They are like everything you are learning 2 to 3 months, you are done, right? And take a short time to learn. You can do it as a business. So what this means is that when you learn digital marketing, and that is why we are giving you digital marketing on all these packages. So when you learn the digital marketing with a career program, you learn the digital marketing with an entrepreneurship program. Digital marketing is an entrepreneurship program. It is an entrepreneurship program, but we are giving it to you as a bonus. Now, with this digital marketing, you don't need a job. Because as a digital marketer, I will show you things you can do. You don't need a job. You will create the jobs anywhere you are. Wherever you are, you will create the jobs. So they take a short time to learn. You can do it as a business. So as a digital marketer, you are not going out there looking for where to put your CV. Oh, and of course, nothing wrong, because you can create the jobs. Just hold on. So let's start with the digital marketing. Let me start the explanation with the digital marketing. Okay, so let me go somewhere. Okay. So I want to show you live now. So this is a Facebook account that I use. Run of my ads. I have many Facebook accounts, but it seems this is the one I'm using that I'm logged into at the moment. So let's get going. Let's get going. Let's get going. So what am I showing you? How I run ads. And as you can see right here, with these ads, so let me just show you. So many people think they know how to run ads. They don't know how to run ads. So when you get to these campaign objectives here, you see awareness, you see traffic, you see engagement, you see leads, you see our promotion, you see sales. You see the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is very easy. Of course, it doesn't mean you master it. It doesn't mean you know it by learning it on your own, but it's very easy. But you see this last one, it's complex. It's difficult to learn. But if someone who knows it teaches you, you can't be poor again in your life. No matter where you are, you can never be poor. You'll be fine. I can tell you for a fact. That is why we're adding it on all the programs. Like if we teach you digital marketing and we can teach you how to run this conversion ad, you'll be fine. You'll be okay. Your life will be fine. And I'll tell you why you'll be fine. So this last one is called conversion ad. Now, let me explain this to you. When I started this program, I said, I'm based in Nigeria, but I have students in Africa, I have students in Europe, I have students in North America. And some of you could really wonder, why would someone who is actually based in Nigeria, how is he able to have students in all these places? Oh, maybe he uses influencers, maybe he has influencers that are working for him. No, we don't. Well, in the past, we've used 1 or 2 influencers, but it was just once or twice that we did it. So it's not a recurring thing. What do? I run ads. I run Facebook ads. I'm rare yet in Nigeria, and I run ads to any nation of the world. If I choose to, I can run ads to Qatar. Now, if that is not clear enough, let me also explain this to you. So let me show you a business who can do with digital marketing. So let me just try this out. Okay. Kenya e-commerce stores. Okay, so now let me show you this. I want to show you the power of digital marketing. Now, I went to Kenya. And when I got to Kenya, I searched mass platforms in Kenya. They are telling me Gigi. Well, that is hard for me to believe, but I can believe Jumia. Okay, I can believe Jumia or Gigi. Really? Gigi? Top 8 platforms to sell online in Kenya. So I'm surprised Gigi, and I'm still seeing Gigi.ng. Okay, so let's look. So I will show you a trick. I will show you a powerful trick. Okay. Okay, so let me show you a trick. Jumia is one of Kenya's most popular. Okay, so let me start from Facebook Marketplace. This will be very easy. So let me explain this to you. Now, this is Facebook Marketplace in Kenya. And these cars are being displayed. So we have this car here that is 550,000. So let me even go to Facebook Marketplace. Let me make it real. Of course, it might bring me back to Nigeria, but let me see if I can change it. Let me try to change the location. Let me change the location here to Kenya. Kenya. Okay, why Kenya? Nairobi, Kenya. Nairobi, Kenya. Following you. Just be watching. So I've changed it to Kenya. Apply. So I'm in Kenya now. Okay, cool. I'm in Kenya right now. So now this 799,000 Kenyan shillings. 799,000 Kenyan shillings, right? But the traffic on this site is small. Why? Because there are many things being sold on this site. There are many things being sold on this site. A lot of things are being sold here. So, but I've gone to this site and I've identified this car of 799,000 Kenyan shillings. Now, this is the power of digital marketing. So now, hold on, just hold it there. And I will take you to Facebook ads. Now, what is happening on that site is what they call organic. It's organic. They just go there and they post, right? So that's an organic thing. I will now go the real thing. Just follow me. Follow me. Just follow me. Just follow me. Now, back there. So don't leave me for anything. Now, just hold on. So don't forget this car, Toyota RAV4. Toyota RAV4, 799,000 Kenyan shillings. Then I will go to Facebook ads library, because that post that is there, it's not everybody that will see it. It's not everybody. A lot of people will never see it. So I'll go to Facebook ads library. Then I'll look at Kenya. I will search for Kenya. Now this is where ads are run. So Kenya ads, all ads. Then I'll do Toyota RAV4. Toyota RAV4. Toyota RAV4. Okay, so let's see. Toyota RAV4. So now you can see that these guys are running ads. So this one is pre-owned. This is 3.65 million. Okay, so let me check the specification for this one. This is 799,000 Kenyan shillings. Of course, it might be used, right? But on this Facebook ads library, we are saying it higher. So let's look at this dealer. This one is saying I should send WhatsApp. Okay, this is 930 Kenyan shillings. for this person who is selling, but a lot about specification. But let's leave it at. But the truth is that I will sell it higher, running ads. So what a lot of Nigerians also do is very funny. So they talk to this seller. Follow me. They talk to this seller. This seller has agreed to sell to them at this rate. They run ads with this, all this specification. They run the ads. And when they run the ads, who can see the ads? Imagine in the whole of Kenya, these are the only people running ads for RAV4 in the whole of Kenya. In the entire Kenya, these are the only ads for RAV4. This is what is this is how it happens. To Kenya, all ads, you see all the ads running in the country. So in the whole of Kenya, these are the only RAV4 ads running. So I have enough space. These are I've entered African countries, entered Europe, entered North America. Right? Do all these statistics. And I see, oh, there's a demand for this thing. There are not many people doing this thing in this country. And I enter. I'm right here in Nigeria. So now listen. So what I would just run these ads. I'll take the picture of the car. It's even looking like it's this car, actually. It's looking like it's this car. So let me contact them. It's looking like it is this car. Are you looking? Yeah, it's this car. So this guy is actually selling for the same price. $799. I won't sell for that price. I might sell higher. Or I could talk to this person selling on this site and try to beat it down. 2004 Toyota RAV4. Beat the price down. 2004 Toyota RAV4. Maybe I should make it more specific. Toyota 2004 RAV4. That's the car. So now the search has reduced now. It's either this one or this one. But these ones are saying I should send a message to them. So I will sell it higher because they are just two. As in the whole of Kenya, these guys are the only one running ads for Toyota RAV4. I can sell it higher or I can beat the price of this guy down. What I will do is that the seller will contact me. When the seller contacts me, he will pay to me, right? Open a Kenyan bank account, M-Pesa, pay to me. Nigerians have done all that. All you need is one visit to Kenya. Pay to me. Once he pays to me, I will pay the person that has the car. The person that has the car will deliver the car to the person that has paid me. Deal. Right? How did it happen? I'm running ads. The owner of the car, the person selling the car cannot run ads. I'm running ads and I'm linking the buyer to the seller, but I'm controlling the transaction. So these are one of the possibilities of digital marketing. And it's not just about Kenya, in Qatar. So you can be in a place and run ads to other countries. You can be in Qatar and run ads within Qatar. So you can run ads. You can go to places where people are selling things. I don't know how the market works there, but you can go to places where people are saying, oh, let's even do Qatar. Let's see Qatar jewelries. Are there people running ads in Qatar for jewelries? Let's do Qatar. We've been using Kenya, Qatar. So ads, so all categories, all ads. No, we're not doing. We'll just do jewelry. There are 17 results. Jewelries. Qatar. This guy even looks like a Nigerian. This is a Nigerian, my people. This is your fellow Nigerian. Smart guy. Smart guy. You know what he's doing? I want to believe he just goes to the store, confirms those things, he runs the ad, you link up to him, and he tells you, you buy from him, he goes there, he delivers to you. But he's reaching a much larger audience by running ads. So you can make a killing. Because many people, were 17 results, it shows that people are really waking up to ads in Qatar. Because this, now another thing you also need to take note is that it is not all the ads are not from Qatar. It also includes ads to Qatar. So if someone like myself right now in Nigeria, I'm running ads to Qatar, my ads will also show here because I'm targeting Qatar. So some of these ads might not be from people in Qatar, but they are targeting Qatar. So you need to take note of that. But your Nigerian brother has shown you the way. He has shown you that these things are happening right there. Right. So I think I've explained that point, and that is why we are giving to you as a bonus for any of the programs that you are doing. We are giving you this particular skill set as a bonus so that you are not disadvantaged in any way. So if you are still with me, I want to see your hands. I want to be sure that you are following me. If what I've been saying, if it makes sense to you, because yes, we are offering you free training, and after the free training, it moves on to the paid training. But we are driven more by the fact that these things has worked for us, right? And it can work for you. It's not rocket science, right? So if you are getting value from what I'm saying, if you want me to continue, if I'm boring you, don't bother to raise your hand. But if you want me to continue, can you raise your hand? If you're not raising your hand, maybe I'll just be going home. I've tried tonight to like I tried to talk to my brothers in Qatar, but my brothers, they chased me away. They said they don't want to hear my voice. Okay, I think my brothers want to hear my voice. Right. So let me continue. Thanks for the encouragement. So now let me now take you to the second one. Like I said, digital marketing is for everything. We cover it in everything. It's a bonus for everything. Now, let's go to the LMS, still on the entrepreneurship track. But the way this thing works, right, is that at the end of this session tonight, so I want you to listen to me. You see, you can say I'm taking my time to explain all these things. Because at the end of my session tonight, I will share the brochures with you, right? Tomorrow, cloud engineering is starting tomorrow. So you join the class. Saturday and Sunday is free for you. After Sunday, then it becomes paid. Now, for data analysis, starting Monday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you attend 3 free classes, right? After Wednesday, you make up your mind to move. You following me? Cloud engineering is that's tomorrow. Then the last one is the LMS plus the SIS deployment, right? So you also attend classes, right? You attend the classes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You attend the classes, and after attending the classes, we move on to the paid version. Now, I want to say this thing, that take your time to digest this thing that I'm saying. Take your time to digest it, right? So that you know which class you want to go into, right? So you know which class you want to go into. I know some of you will be like, oh, I want to enter both classes. Not a problem. Not a problem. We can add you to all the classes. Oh, tomorrow, cloud, hey, join the class. Hey, this one, Monday, the data analysis class. Oh, we join you to, this particular class. So not a problem. But that is for you to be able to decide what you want to do. But after Wednesday, we just move on to the paid classes, right? So I'm taking my time to explain these things to you, and we also share the brochures to you so you know what you want to do and you are very clear about what you want to do. So very important, right? So now let's go on. So we've left digital. I'm still on the entrepreneurship track. Like I said, these are things you can do by yourself. You don't need to apply anywhere, right? You don't need to apply anywhere. You could just spend some money on digital marketing, run some ads, and once you run the ads, the next thing is you get the orders, you go to the market, you buy it, and you send. It could be anything. It could be people that own businesses. Anything, just think, right? I don't have so much time. I'm trying to cut my time, but I could just go on and on showing you all these things. And these are some of the things we have done. What have I not run ads for? I've run ads for real estate. I've run ads for e-commerce. I've run ads for services. I've run ads for training. I've run ads for software deployment. I've run ads for virtually anything to any country of the world. So I'm not talking out of hope. I'm talking out of what I have done, what I know, what I have done. I have students who I have a student of mine, and he might actually come around doing your classes. This student of mine is in Nigeria. Listen to this story. Very interesting story. She got a job to do a digital marketing job. So the client has gas tanks, sells gas. So he has a gasoline tank farms in the US where there are gasolines, and he needs supply. You know, in the US they call it gasoline, and he needs people that will buy those gasolines from him. Now, don't forget, the digital marketer is in Nigeria. The owner of the farm is not farm where they farm or where they store gasoline is in the US, and he needs people that will buy those gasolines and sell is in the US. My student in Nigeria is running the ads, targeting not people that have cars, or people who buy this gasoline in bulk, targeting them in that same America, and they are reaching out to the person that has the tank farms. They are buying the gasoline from him from an ad that somebody is running in Nigeria here. So the world is at your fingertips. And we are doing all this thing because this is like our first training in Qatar. So this is like the flagship training. So let's move on. Now, the second thing is LMS and SIS deployment. And I just hope I can find my way around this because Mr. Kokola will soon be coming up. What is this LMS and SIS deployment? So let me explain this to you. How do I'm going to explain it to you, don't worry. So since COVID, there has been an accelerated increase in online learning. Accelerated increase in online learning. So in the past, schools were a lot physical schools, right? And the management too was physical. But since COVID, online learning has come to stay. So what happens in online learning? First of all, you have what we call CBT. That's computer-based test. You have computer-based test, right? That's one of the things in online and computer-based test. You have Zoom. So you have virtual learning now, live virtual learning, like what we are doing now, we are learning via Zoom, right? You have collaboration. And that is where you have things like Google Workspace. You have Zoho. You have M365. You have when it comes to this, you have what we now call student information system, SIS, student information system. So the LMS is what I've listed: computer-based tests, virtual learning, all those kind of things. Now we now have the student management system, and this handles things like attendance, reporting, analytics, how many students are in the classes, this particular student, how many classes has he attended. You have, so under this LMS, you have tests, quizzes, assignments. But student reporting, you have this attendance, reporting, analytics, grading, promotion to the next class. You have things around HR, staff management. You have accounting, that's payments, invoicing, debtor, reconciliation. So let me just break it down to you. I know I'm going too far, but let me just break it down to you. The sum total of the LMS is learning management system. SIS is student information system. The sum total of this thing is that once people have this LMS, and SIS, they don't need any other thing to run a school, because they can run an entire school from the laptop, even if it's a physical school. Even if it's a school that students go there, primary schools, secondary schools, tertiary schools, even if it's that kind of school that people go there, they can run that school from the laptop. Because when the student wants to do as test, the test is administered on the laptop. They want to learn, aside from the physical learning, which is good for interaction, they can also learn remotely. So they can be at home and they can log in. Now, some of the tools we teach you in these things is Module and Fedena. Module and Fedena. Now, these tools, they is like a complete solution. So it does everything. Once you bring two tools together, it does everything they need to administer. So Module is the LMS. Fedena is the student information system. So Fedena is the administrative side. Module is the learning side of things. Bringing these two softwares together, integrating it, you have created an SMS, student management system, right? Now, and with this software, schools don't need any other software to run their school, whether it's an 100% online school or whether it's a physical school. So these softwares, this student management is SMS. So let me break it down and tell you that SMS equals to LMS plus SIS. An SMS is a school management system. That is what an SMS is, school management system. It is a combination of a learning management system and a student information system. Student information system. So the beauty of this thing is that once you have this SMS, they don't need any other thing again in their school. Everything they need in this accounting, HR, report card for the student being promoted to the next level, grading, CBT, attendance, payments reconciliation, the students that are owing, the ones that are not owing, the ones that failed class, the administration and the learning, that solution solves everything. And you don't need to learn programming. We teach you how to use these tools and how to integrate these tools. Now, don't forget that we are teaching you digital marketing. We are teaching you digital marketing for all these skill sets. So, not only do you have a skill, but you also have the ability to market that skill. Now, you can market it organically in Qatar. Right? You can market organically in Qatar. And for digital marketing, I only explain to you Facebook ads. It's more than that. So Facebook ads, you learn Instagram ads, you learn website development. You see, all those people who just learn website development and they don't know how to run ads, they are just jokers. A website is just there for nothing. If I can't run ads to it, what's it doing? It's just sitting down there. Who will go there? So website development is nothing without the ability to draw traffic to that website. Traffic, money is in the traffic. So we teach you email marketing. It's a bonus course, so we teach you email marketing. And we also teach you some local SEO. We teach you local SEO. With these ones, you are fine. These are the most important thing. I'm telling you. Google Ads is not bad, but we'll brush it. But these are the critical things. And digital market is a bonus, right? So now you have this skill set. You can deploy these elements. Now, who are your customers for these SMS? Who are your customers? So let me show you your customers. Your customers are not only schools. They are physical schools anywhere. Physical schools anywhere in the world, not just in Qatar. Physical schools anywhere in the world. Like I said, with digital marketing, the world is at your fingertips. Part of the things we also teach you is LinkedIn. LinkedIn optimization and mastery. How to use LinkedIn to attract clients. All right. So I can't enter LinkedIn tonight, but I think Mr. Kokola might say one or two things about LinkedIn tonight. Right. So are you with me, people? If you are with me, can I hear you? If you are with me, if you are still with me, can I hear you? Can I hear you? Can I hear you? Okay. Many people are with me. Oh, people are with me. Oh, thank you very much for being with me. Physical schools anywhere in the world, online schools. Online schools. Anybody run an online school, whether they are teaching music, they are teaching anything, online schools, they are your audience. Companies. Why? Because companies do training. They need an LMS to manage their business, to manage what they do. There are even advanced uses of this software. It can be refitted to do other things outside of learning, but let me not overload you. Companies, HR, because they do a lot of learning, a lot of training, a lot of tests, a lot of certification, you know. So just have it at the back of anywhere there is any form of learning, you can market to them. Anywhere there's any kind of learning. So I'll just say companies and all organizations, really. Right. So this is the LMS plus SMS. Right. Now, when we data analysis, and that is what Mr. Popola will come to handle tonight, then let's go to cloud engineering. Right. Let's go to cloud engineering. I think for this cloud engineering, I'll just share a small slide so that I can explain it better to you. For those of you who want to go into cloud, right? And you can have an idea of what cloud is all about. You have an idea of what cloud is all about. Okay, so cloud. So just run. So when you hear cloud, because I'll share the brochure with you too after the session. So here we are. I hope you can see my screen. So like I said, IT opportunities are abundant, the laborers are few. There is potential for remote jobs, flexible job schedules, freelancing, a shortcut into earning, into making 6-digit income. No IT background is needed. No university degree needed. No age constraint. You can start at any time. Right? LinkedIn is your friend. High in demand skill. So for those who are wondering what cloud engineering is, what exactly is a technology model that enables on-demand access to a shared pool of computing resources. So cloud is about Azure, AWS, Google Cloud. So cloud computing is based on the concept of delivering computing as an utility, similar to electricity, gas, or water. Cloud computing offers scalability, flexibility, cost savings, and security. So why cloud computing is in high demand, COVID-19 pandemic. So cloud, how do I break cloud down to you? So rather than having my softwares, my files on my system, I decide to host it on your system in Qatar. Because you have a bigger system in Qatar, you have a computer that runs faster than my computer, you have more space, you have better processing speed, you have better security. They can't hack those files and destroy those files. So I decide to host my files, my information on your system in Qatar. And because I'm doing that, I have to pay you a token. So you have a bigger system, but I'm not making use of your entire system. I'm just paying for the one I'm using. Let's say your system is maybe like 10 terabytes, and I'm just paying for 10 gig. So the moment I need more space, I pay you for 20 gig. The moment I need higher processing speed, I pay you for more space. Or how do I break it down? I think I always love to use the Netflix analogy. Right? So I think I'll use Netflix. If I use Netflix, it will make a whole lot more sense. Let me just go to Netflix. Netflix makes it easier to explain. So we are going to the land of Netflix now. Let's go to Netflix so we can explain what cloud engineering is. Let's go to Netflix so we can explain what cloud engineering is using Netflix. Using Netflix, we can explain what cloud engineering is. So we're about to get to Netflix. Are you ready for this? Right here, we're right now on Netflix. So now you can see a lot of movies here. A whole lot of movies on Netflix. So let me break down Netflix to you. First of all, just listen to this. How many movies does Netflix have worldwide? So Netflix has 17,000 titles, 17,000 movies. 17,000 movies. Okay. That's interesting. They have 17,000 movies. Good. So now, how many subscribers does Netflix have worldwide? Netflix has 283 million memberships in over 190 countries. 283 million. 283 million. 283 million. So this 283 million, they are accessing these 17,000 movies on this platform. 283 million people are trying to access. So that is why we have never seen a situation where I say Netflix has crashed, because Netflix is hosted on Amazon Web Services, AWS. And that is why Netflix has not crashed. That is why when I came to Netflix, if I click story of the pale girl, or story of the pale girl, or I click, hey, even though there might be 5 million people that clicked it the moment I clicked it, or the madness. But you go to some sites, crashed. Processing speed of their server, the hard disk space of their server cannot undo the request and it crashes. So that is the concept of cloud. So the concept of cloud means that I can always pay for what I need per time. So I can be a small business and I can scale, because now I have AWS that I can just go to AWS and AWS. There's an application that I've deployed now, but I don't want to invest in server. I don't want to invest in all these things. I just want to host this application on AWS. And as I realize that my subscribers are increasing, my subscribers are growing, what do? I start to increase my subscription plan with AWS. Right? So this is how it works. So that is why cloud is becoming a thing, because all organizations now, so there are some organizations that they still have their physical servers. It's called on-prem. So they have their physical servers, they have their files on their physical servers, they still do operations on their physical servers, but they have backup in the cloud in case something happens, in case there's an earthquake or an hacker hack into their system, or there's a fire disaster, or there's just a national emergency, they can fall back. Now, we now have many of these organizations who are using AWS, who are using Azure. They are now using multi-cloud platforms. So they are backing up with AWS, they are backing up with Amazon Web Services, with Microsoft Azure, just to be on the safer side. Just to be on the safer side. Right? So that is why cloud computing has become a great deal. Cloud computing has become a great deal now because of this. It has become a great deal because of what is going on right now. So that is cloud for you. That is cloud for you. So that is cloud engineering. Myself and Mr. Kola, we talk a lot about data analysis. But before I bring him in, let me just give you this information, right? So, like I said, because it's our inaugural Qatar training, we are doing what I would call a bonanza for you guys in Qatar. Because we know that you will be our first set of success stories. You're going to, so we are giving you more than necessary. Like we're just showering you with love. So let me just break it down to you. So there are 3 programs actually that we are offering you. So that you are doing cloud engineering and so let me just say cloud engineering plus digital marketing, right? As a bonus. Let me always put as a bonus here. So you understand that this is a bonus, right? And you have 2 free days of classes, which is Saturday and Sunday. And those are 2 free days of classes, right? Or you do LMS plus the SIS deployment. Now, don't forget, you are not learning or programming. You're just learning how these tools work, how to connect these tools together, right? So that is what you are doing. LMS plus SIS deployment plus digital marketing as a bonus to market it. As a bonus, right? So this one, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? It's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So for this Saturday and Sunday, the time is I think it's 8 p.m. your time, 8 p.m. Qatar time, right? Which is like 6 p.m. Nigerian time here. So for this one, this will be I think 7 p.m. Qatar time, which would be like 7 p.m. Qatar time for this. So same for this, the data analysis plus digital marketing as a bonus. So also Monday, so you get these 3 classes, free classes, Tuesday, Wednesday. These are the free classes, 7 p.m. at that time. Now, for the cloud engineering, like I said, these are career programs. So the career programs, they are 6 months. So cloud engineering is 6 months, right? And 300 GBP. So we use pound, right? Which if we convert to dollars should be around 300 and something dollars, right? The entire program, right? For the LMS, this one is just 200 BP. That's it, 100 pounds. And for the data analysis, this is 250 pounds, right? For this. So this is like the pricing structure, right? So this is 6 months. The LMS is 3 months. This is a 3 months program. Now, all these are even promo prices. These are ridiculous. We bought it low. You guys being our first batch in Qatar, not our first batch. We have been doing this for 5 years across 3 continents. But now, and courtesy of Mr. Latif of Nido and Mr. Emmanuel of Spotless Car Paints and Spotless Properties, we are giving very discounted prices so that this will be very affordable for people. Now, this is data analysis, but you can this is 250. This is 4.5 months. So that's 4.5 months. So I just needed to explain this so that we are clear. But like I said, the first 2 classes for cloud engineering, they are free. The first 3 classes for LMS plus SIS is free. The first 3 classes for data analysis and digital marketing as a bonus is free, right? So these first classes are free, but after these classes, now these classes are from tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But after that, subsequent classes are paid. Now the classes are always 2 hours. They're always 2 hours classes. Just 2 hours class is 2 hours. Just 2 hours, right? And we're good to go, right? So more information will be shared after this webinar, right? As I bring on Mr. Pukola to talk to us about data analysis. Yeah, so, and if you have questions, you can drop your questions at the question and answer. I think the group will be opened, so you can always ask questions on the group too. The group will be open immediately after the session tonight. Don't worry about that. We'll open the group. Okay, yeah, Mr. Pukola is already here. He's right here with us. So we'll just add some other angle to the conversation. So you are welcome, Mr. Pukola. How are you doing? Hello? Hello, Mr. Pukola, are you with us? Okay. Are you with us? So you can share your video with us so we can get to see your face. Okay, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Pukola. How's been the day?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, though your video has frozen, but it's better now. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, you are welcome to another session of this program with us, and we have Mr. Pukola here. Is a very highly recognized data professional. He's a data analyst, a data engineer. So he started as a data analyst, but he's into data engineering. So he's very vast in this field. But I will allow him to introduce himself. So, Mr. Pukola, please introduce yourself to us and tell us about your journey into tech and into the field of data analysis. Yeah.
All right. Good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to be part of this webinar where we are looking at how people can take advantage of tech. I've been at background listening to you, Mr. Omiyale, and the stuff that you have for people across the world. The wave is everywhere, and I want to appreciate you for taking this up so that people are aware about opportunities. Let me tell you a scenario of what happened today. I was invited to an annual camp of young people between the ages of around 13 to 25 to give a talk on career development and professional networking. And the first question that I asked them is, how many of you are into tech? The answer was very surprising. Out of about 40 participants, only 5 of them are having awareness about even what is tech. What is tech? Now, the question you asked me is that, how have I started and how has been the journey? And that's the same scenario that I asked my participants at a physical training today, that how many of you are into tech? And out of 40, almost all of them, 5 of them are into tech. I've had anything to do about tech. And that is a scenario that is across the board at the global space. I also expressed the challenge when I wanted to move into tech. I studied engineering, but I just discovered that I was passionate more about issues that are related to statistics, issues that are related to being numerate, issues that are related to doing calculations, because mathematics happen to be my best subject. And I was just looking at, okay, how could I strengthen my strength in these areas? And I got to discover myself that I was more into issues that are related with data. With my years of experience that span more than 12 years now, I was also at the beginning, I was also thinking maybe because of my foundation in the statistics and my foundation in mathematics, maybe that was the only thing that motivated me to be more versatile in the data platform. And my assumption was wrong, because I discovered later that even if you don't have those backgrounds, you can still be part of the movement. And that is now that I want to paint, that when I began my journey, I was thinking more about, okay, because I have strengths in this area, there I can do this, I can do that. But with my experience on the job, it has shown that not only what I knew was a foundation for me, but the way that technology has been democratized, that people can now have awareness about what data is and what data is not. So that has aided my transition into tech. Now, why I'm into tech, I have a particular focus on data platform, which include data analysis, that include data science and database administration. So that has been my core areas: dining, whining, sleeping, thinking, waking up with issues that have to do with data.
Thank you, sir. So, but another
Yeah.
thing you didn't tell us is that you have a whole lot of certifications in the field of data science and data engineering. And you have 12 years experience, but I always get very fascinated every time you list out certifications. So I want to hear about those certifications again, because it's not easy
Okay.
to come across all those certifications that you've gotten.
Yeah, okay. So, all right. When I started, the guy that because I also started from people have an idea that they can learn it from online platforms, maybe through YouTube, watching videos. It's not easy to get by. I had a mentor who put me through the terrains, and while I was doing that training, he told me that what I was doing was a terminal course. And I asked myself, how could I go for a training as a terminal course? So immediately we started, and I said, okay, I want to do certification on this. He said, okay, the certification I can do is just a terminal that it doesn't ask levels. So for me, I was so inquisitive that how can something be terminal? Then I can grow out of that. So I discovered that, okay, immediately I did that certification, then some other openings were just coming up that, oh, if you know this, this is complementary to this. If you know this, this is also complementary to this. And that is how I started exploring. As at now, I have 9 Microsoft certifications, and I have 2 to write. I have 2 to write before the end of this year. I've gotten a voucher for one, and I'm buying another voucher before the end of, because when you fall in love with something, you will just be dancing, singing that something good has happened to you. So that has been my journey, and not only those certifications that are into cloud technologies and data platforms. I've also gotten a certification as a Microsoft certified trainer, which has given me opportunity to facilitate training sections in more than 6 countries across the world as remote jobs, for your information, as remote jobs, without leaving the shores of Nigeria. So if I can achieve that, then anybody can also achieve that.
Wow, interesting. That's inspiring. So now this data analysis, Excel, Power BI, and SQL, like for someone who just has basic computer literacy and who is hearing data analysis today, how can you just break it down to the person before the person decides to say, oh, let me learn this data analysis? So how do you break it down? Now, what is this data analysis? What is it about? Gone.
All right. Now, data analysis is the process of examining, organizing, and interpreting data to extract meaningful insight and support decision making. Data analysis is about 3 things, right? With the aim of achieving 2 things. One, data analysis is about what? It's the process of examining, organizing, and interpreting data. There's a concept we know as EDA, exploratory data analysis. When a data set is given to you, you want to see some sense out of it. Oh, how many rows do we have in the data set? How many columns do we have in data set? This data set, is it about which particular subject matter? Is it about healthcare? Is it about geographical locations? Is it about sales? Is it about enterprise? We get sense out of that. Then when we examine the data, we now try to organize it that, okay, this one is talking about this. This is where you are to be placed. This one is talking about this. This is where to be placed. And this one is talking about this. Now we now organize them into different clusters. Then in organizing data, we have three formats that we can organize data. That is about having what we call structured data. When you have a data set that is into rows and columns, like we experience in Excel, or you have a data set that is what? Unstructured. That is a kind of data that you cannot arrange or you cannot classify into rows and columns. For instance, now, you can listen to an audio clip and you extract data out of it. Maybe there is a news at a particular point in time, audio news, maybe from the radio. You can extract some data out of that. That one cannot be classified into rows and columns. That's an example of unstructured data. You can have animation. You can have an animation that you cannot classify the data you can get out of it into rows and columns. That's an example of unstructured data. You can have video clips. We are talking about Netflix. There are a lot of data we can get out of watching a particular video, for instance, and we cannot classify them into rows and columns. That becomes another example of unstructured data. And we have what we call semi-structured data. Semi-structured data is a kind of data that semi, from the word semi, that is in between, on halfway. It is neither fully structured nor unstructured, but they share characteristics of those two properties. They share characteristics of being structured and characteristics of being unstructured. So those can be like a programming language. You know, people that studies computer science, there's what we call variable declaration. When you have a number of variables and you are declaring your variable, you can say, okay, in my data set, I want to have variable 1 as gender. Then we can now declare gender as either male or female. When you're talking about location or geographical location, you can discover, you can classify geographic location in terms of continent-wise, in terms of subcontinent-wise, in terms of country-wise, in terms of maybe geopolitical-wise, in terms of maybe state-wise, likewise local government-wise that we have in Nigeria. So no, those kind of data can now be structured in such a way that can address a particular business questions. Then thereafter, we can now go to the level of interpreting data, because those are the key elements of data analysis. You must be able to examine, you must be able to organize, and you must be able to interpret the data that you have in order to achieve two things. One, in order to extract meaningful insights. There is a boss that I have. He usually tell me, Popola, do you know if you torture data, data will confess. If you torture data, it will confess. So data in reality it does not make any sense. But by the time you do analysis on it, it will tell you a lot of embedded facts, figures, information that you ought not have seen by physical sense of it. So that is about torturing data, that if you subject it to analysis, then you can get some meaningful output out of it. Now, for the second part of the question that you asked, how do we start? In terms of the tools like Excel, Power BI, SQL in data analysis. Now, all those things are tools. The most commonest form of tools for data analysis is Excel. And Excel is just a robust application. Microsoft is the owner of the Excel, and they have Microsoft as a body has never done any application again that has more capabilities than Excel. People recently I got certification on Excel. I've not shared that story with you. I got a certification on Excel, and people that are being classified as experts on Excel, they have not explored 40% of functionalities of Excel. People that are getting certifications on Excel, they have not explored 40% of the functionalities, of the capabilities of the Excel. Because you can use the Excel for data analysis. You can use Excel to do maybe accounting. You can use Excel for producing visuals. You can use Excel for producing dashboards for reporting purpose. You can use Excel for what purpose? Like what you can do in Microsoft Word. You just want to type, maybe line by line, you just want to type. Excel can do that for you. But with specialty in specialty on data analysis, we use Excel to perform operations such as organizing and structuring our data into rows and columns, for performing calculations and create summaries using formulas and functions, like a sum function, like average function, like VLOOKUP. So all those are functionalities that can help us to do data analysis. We can also do visuals through charts and graphs in Excel. Now, for Power BI is another tool for data analysis. And the core concept of Power BI is for business intelligence, designing interactive with data visuals and reporting. Now, two things are being achieved with Power BI. We have what we call dashboard creations, and we have what we call reporting. We have what we call reporting and dashboard creation. Now, there was a class I facilitated recently. I asked them, can somebody tell me the meaning of a dashboard? And the practical illustration, when they were struggling to tell me what a dashboard means, I gave them a practical illustration. Has anybody observed a dashboard of a car? That when if you look at a car, what are the things that you see at the dashboard? And they were telling me, oh, I can see brake lights, I can see speedometer, I can see oil gauge, I can see my trafficator lights, I can see all those. I said those things are just metrics that at any point in time, when you look at the dashboard of a car, those are the metrics that the car is measuring at a particular point in time, which is a time-based. It is time-based because as you are matching brake, as you are driving, your speedometer is not the same. There will be a time your speed will be high. There will be a time your speed will be moderate. There will be a time your speed will be low. So also the fuel gauge is not the same because it's a function of the time. So when you look at the dashboard of a car, you will see that you check out for metrics based on a particular period of time. And that is what the dashboard does for us in preparing our reports. That's okay. We want to measure some metrics, maybe in finance, maybe in whatever field of endeavor that we are doing data analysis. We build a dashboard just to measure some metrics as a function of time. That's okay. Maybe we build a dashboard for measuring maybe for checking out for our stock level. Oh, Kukwala, what is the level of the quantity we have in our stock? You know, it's time-based. So I can tell you that as at this point in time, this is the level of our stock. Maybe if we have a threshold, that's okay. At any point in time, the minimum level of our stock should be 1,000 quantities. So that can now tell us that, okay, immediately we are getting out of that threshold, maybe we are getting close to the threshold, I can just inform my upline manager that, sir, we are moving to the threshold. Are we ready to get more stock, to restock, or what do we need to do? If we are not ready to be out of market for a period of time, that means that we have to order for some stocks. All right. So now that is about Excel. Now for Power BI, it helps us to connect to various data sources. It's a visualization tool. It helps us to connect with various data sources. And for your information, Power BI can connect to more than 260 data connectors. More than 260 data connectors. And we also use Power BI for data transformation and data modeling. Data transformation means when you have your raw data and you bring it into Power BI, you may need to do some data cleaning. That okay, maybe there's a concept we call it in data space, we call it dirty data. Maybe from the way your data came in, some things were not done very properly. You can make use of Power Query function in Excel, or you can make use of Power Query function in Power BI to clean up those data. If a very easy example is that when you have a column that contains numerals, you know, you use numeral for calculation, right?
Yes.
You have a column that contains maybe a text and numeral. For you to do calculation, your column should be numeral, right?
Yes.
Should be numeral. Now, if you now have a case, maybe when somebody was doing a data entry, the person wanted to write 3.05, and the person now typed 3.0 for orange, then 5. You can see that under that column, a text has been introduced to that column. There's no way you can do calculation. There's no way you can do aggregate value. There's no way you can do summation that you will not get an error, because a text has been introduced into that column. So that's the kind of how our data can be get dirty. And with the introduction of Power Query in either Excel or introduction of Power Query in Power BI, you can get rid of those kind of challenges before you do your data analysis. Then the third thing that you asked me is about SQL. Structured query language is a structured query language which helps us to retrieve specific data from large data sets, large database. Now, there's a concept that we know in the world now that is known as big data. The meaning of big data is that when you are in your data set, when you have a number of rows that are running into millions or they are running into billions. Gone are those days when I was working with a very big firm as a research assistant in data science, that we were handling as much as 12 million rows. 12 million rows for a single data set. And for your information, the Excel that you see, as powerful as Excel, the maximum number of rows that it can handle is 1,048,000. 1,048,000. Anything beyond that, Excel cannot handle it. And that is why the issue of Power BI now came on board, that when the world is now thinking about big data, that we have a data set that is running into millions and billions, there is a need for a technology that will be able to handle such kind of data sets. And that's why we are now having something like Power BI that can handle as much as possible. So also the issue of SQL, which is being used for structured database. It is about database that is what we call relational database that can handle data sets as much as millions and billions of rows.
Wow.
Right?
So SQ can handle billions.
Yes, millions and billions of rows. Yes. So those are the technologies that are now, they have evolved over time for us to manage our data sets. So, and there is a relationship between the three of them. You have asked about the Excel, which I've explained. You have asked about Power BI, which I've explained. You have also asked about SQL, which I've also explained. Now, how are they working together? The idea is this: Excel is often the starting point for basic analysis. When somebody is thinking about where to start, Excel is the commonest starting point for data analysis. Now, by the time you are fine with Excel, we cannot be talking about SQL, which help you to extract and process large data sets from databases. Because with Excel, I've told you the capacity of Excel, maybe around 1,048,000. But when I'm talking about big data, we can now migrate into a bigger technology, which is like SQL, that can help you to work with larger data sets. Now, the third one is about Power BI. Like I said, Power BI is used for data visualization and sharing of insights, maybe in form of dashboard or in form of reporting, so that we can engage and interact with our target audience. There's a concept we know as UI UX, that is user interface,
user interaction,
user interactions, and the user experience. So now this is the way that data has evolved over time, that whoever that want to be relevant with the present world needs to know all these things as they are evolving.
Interesting. That was very, very insightful. Very, very insightful. So number 3, we still have a few questions. So what makes data analysis an high in demand tech skill? Because some of the students who want to go into data analysis, we already know that it's high in demand, but why is the demand so high for data analysts globally?
All right, so the idea for the demand in data analysis is very clear, and it is not going to stop. That is a fact. The market is not going to stop for data analysis. There was a survey I did recently. I was just playing on LinkedIn. I was asking about job opportunities for data analysts in US, and the kind of information I received was there were more than 400 job opportunities for data specialists. 400,000. I'm more than half. Yes, I'm more than half. More than half of them are remote jobs. They are remote jobs. So which means you don't need to live where you are before you do your service and make your earnings. Now, why data is in high demand? Number one, there is an explosion of data. That is, there are advent of technologies like IoT, that is Internet of Things, social media, and cloud computing, which make the volume of data generated globally to be growing exponentially. The need for data is growing exponentially, right? Number 2 is that people are now talking about data-driven decision making. For your information, the First Bank of Nigeria just this week announced job opportunity for data specialists for 40 positions. It has never been done. It has never been done in history, in history of any banking of any bank in Nigeria. The banking sector in Nigeria, no bank in Nigeria has ever advertised 40 positions at a go for data specialists. That's Nigeria for a case study. So it means that people are accepting the need for data for decision making. People are accepting the need for data for carrying out business intelligence. And that's about local markets. At international market, the demand for it is on the increase. Another reason why the demand for data is the wide applicability across industry. The wide applicability across industry. You cannot be talking about data and there's no field of endeavor in life that is not using data for analysis. Whether you are a professional healthcare, whether you are into retail, whether you are a financial expert, whether you are into engineering, whether you are into any field of study, everybody is in need of data. Let me also inform you that organizations after COVID, they have started moving their assets into the cloud. Their assets, digital assets into the cloud. And this involves data. So the more people are moving their assets into the cloud, the more job opportunities will be created for professionals or people that are aspiring to become one in order for organizations to help them to manage their digital assets. Another reasons why the demand for data is on the increase is advancements in technology. as at now, I've talked about Power BI, which can handle so many millions or billions of rows. We also have technologies such as a Tableau, we have Python, we have R, which are cloud-based solutions that can help us to do a lot of analysis on the go. Because the kind of analysis we do in the world today is not the static analysis. It's about real-time analytics. That is, as it is happening, we are doing the analysis and we are getting the insights and we are making decisions as a go. So gone are those days that...
So out of curiosity, so what tools are used for that real-time analysis? As the data is being generated, it is being analyzed, decisions are being making at the same time. So can you just give us an idea of the tools for that? That's very interesting.
Now we are talking, that's why we are talking about cloud technologies now. I'm aware of AWS. For me, I have passion for Microsoft products because of wider acceptability and because of the, this part of the world that I am. In Microsoft technology, the cloud platform for Microsoft technology is known as Azure, Microsoft Azure. And in Microsoft Azure, there are a lot of Power Platform technologies that are being used for real-time analytics. There's what we call Synapse, Azure Synapse. There's what we call Azure SQL, which is being used by database administrators. There's what we call Microsoft Fabric in the cloud, which is a one-stop shop for all data professionals. There's what we call ADF, Azure Data Fabric, which is for data engineering. No, all those things, they are cloud-based. They can access data from different sources and process them on the go and get the insights that are needed for decision making. So those are the kinds of technologies that have evolved over time, because in the present time that we are, there's no time to check the time. There's no time. So organizations are taking decisions based on the facts and figures that are on their tables.
Yeah.
And they need experts that can assess those data for them in order for them to take decisions so that they can guide their decisions making in either whether to go forward or to be on where they are, so that they are guided at any point in time. Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, we still have a long way to go, but let me just take the next question. Right. So now, what are the opportunities? So we've talked about the opportunities, really. So we shouldn't go over that again. But so these students listening to us, they are based in Qatar.
Okay.
And you have global experience. You are a Microsoft certified trainer, and you can teach in 6 countries, right? So how can these people, after they've learned the course, they've learned data analysis, how can they access global opportunities? So if you were to be in their shoes and you just have basic computer literacy, you are based in Qatar, and you want to start a career in data analysis, what would be your advice on how they can access opportunities from where they are?
All right. So the first underlying factor is that the field of data analysis offers a wide range of career opportunities across industries and regions, with roles that cater for varying levels of expertise and interest. There are jobs that are maybe for beginners, there are jobs that are for intermediates, and there are jobs that are for experience. So at any point in time, you will see that you can be classified somewhere, right? Now, apart from that, different career opportunities include data analysis, becoming business intelligence analyst, becoming business intelligence analyst, or becoming data scientist, or becoming data engineer, or you want to become market research analyst, or you want to become financial analyst, healthcare analyst. So all these are specialized roles that someone can be interested as an area of focus. So there's no way that after you have chosen your area of strength, that you will not be able to get job opportunities from any part of the world that you are. So what is important and what is common to everybody is that you must have the skill, like the skills of using Excel for data analysis for beginner, the skills of using maybe Power BI for data visualizations and decision making, on the skills of using the SQL structured query language for a case of big data or large data sets in different kinds of databases that can help you to get the jobs done. So the first thing is that you must have the skill, and once you have the skill, you can now specialize that, oh, among all the job roles for data analysis, on which one do I want to become? Do I want to become business intelligence analyst, or do I want to become just data analyst, or I want to become data engineer, or I want to become data scientist, as the case may be?
Wow, interesting. So the last question tonight is based on your experience, what platforms can students leverage on to access job opportunities? I know you've spoken to me a lot about LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
maybe you could talk more about LinkedIn, and if there are other platforms that, okay, I'm going into this tech career, as I'm learning the skill on this platform, I need to build a mansion on this particular platform. I need to go and sit down on this platform or these two platforms, so that they will be strategic. So over to you, sir.
All right. So for me, we are discussing about the technical know-how.
Yes.
And after the technical know-how, the next thing is to market yourself, right?
Yes.
To solicit for opportunities.
Yeah.
Oh, I have this key. I have something to show off for the skills that I have. I can showcase what I've done in terms of job portfolios. I can show you in terms of certifications that I have done. The next thing is to now chase the market, right? Or to chase the job. And the best way that you can chase the job today, the easiest, is about LinkedIn. Honestly, that is the easiest. Now, as of today, statistics have shown that almost 1 billion people are on LinkedIn. Almost 1 billion.
1 billion. Wow.
Yes, are on LinkedIn. And statistics has also shown that majority of organizations, they are not going by conventional ways of advertising for job opportunities that will require them to pay so much to maybe media organizations. Imagine an organization that want to do advert for job opportunities that we need to sponsor maybe a full page on 2 pages on national dailies, or they need to pay so much to maybe channels TV in Nigeria, or they have to get to NTA News, just to advertise. So organizations are looking for ways to minimize their costs at any point in time. We want to recruit people for jobs. They are looking for a way to cut costs. We want to do some kind of things in our organizations. People are looking for ways to cut costs. So now, if they are reducing costs, the next question is, where are they running to? So if they are not using conventional ways to seek for people who are having technical know-how to solve their problems, where are they running to? And the secret is that they are running to the LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is for professional development and networking. LinkedIn is for professional development and what? Networking. Because if I'm aware as an organization that there is a platform where professionals are already available, that I just need to invest their CV in order to look at people that are qualified for the job role, then why do I need to go for conventional ways of advertising for job opportunities? That's number one. Number two about LinkedIn is that there's what we call LinkedIn, there's what we call algorithm, LinkedIn algorithm. By the time you optimized your LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn can look for you and make recommendations that, because I get those things almost per minute, that Pukwala, there are job opportunities at this place, out of 10 things they are requesting, you have 8 of them already, which means I'm potentially qualified. That out of 10 things they are looking, so out of 10 things they are looking for, LinkedIn is also telling me already that I've qualified for the 8. Can I try my shot?
Just apply.
Yes. Can I try my shot? That's number one. From the LinkedIn optimization that involve algorithm, recruiters can also find out that I'm looking for these people, for this category of people that have this, that have this, that have this. And LinkedIn can just supply them without even knowing where that person is living, whether you are in Qatar, whether you are in any part of the world. That LinkedIn optimization can help you to get access to recruiters without any stress. So now the idea is that once we have the skill, I will encourage us to also go for certification, because it is a value addition to justify that we have learned something and we can put what we have learned into practice. So the third level is to now make noise. Yes, you need to make noise about what you do. Somebody call it documenting your processes. If you check my LinkedIn page, there's something that is constant to what Popola does every time. I build capacity and I take time to report it that, okay, today this is what I've done. Yesterday, this is what I've done. 3 days ago, this is what I've done. And by the time you are constant, reporting what you have done, documenting your processes, of course, job opportunities will be falling your way. Like LinkedIn is telling me that out of 10 things they are looking for, you have already gotten eight out of them. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you very much for your time tonight, Mr. Popola. For our viewers, Mr. Popola is a career coach at Digital Consulting, and is a very experienced data professional with over 12 years experience in the industry. So at Digital, he helps our students to navigate the difficult career world in tech. So thank you very much, sir. It's been a wonderful session, a lot of information being shared, and we've
It's
had
my pleasure.
your time. You're welcome. Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah.
So do we have any questions, or I'm good to go?
I think you're good to go because we are actually short on time. So
okay,
I think you're good to go. Yeah. Thank you. So at this point, yeah, you're welcome. Mr. Emmanuel, I don't know whether he's on. I think he's still here. So I just want him to say a few things before we wrap it up tonight. So Mr. Emmanuel, Dr. Emmanuel Odibe, I just want you to talk to people for a few minutes before I promoted you to panelist. I don't know whether he's driving. He's a very busy man, but in case he sees this, I just want him to say a few things. Mr. Emmanuel, okay, I think he's quite busy, so he will be here. So thank you, people. So for those who want to make inquiries, we've exceeded our time for tonight session. So I just want to give out a WhatsApp number that you can contact me on. And from there, if you have inquiries, you have questions you want to ask, you could also message on the group, and you could also chat me up on this WhatsApp number. Any question, any clarification, I'm right here to answer your questions and your clarifications. So the WhatsApp number is +234 807758 7734. Just reach out and so this is the WhatsApp number. You can contact me on this line for any question you have, and I will respond to you. So do have a wonderful day, people. The replay will be shared on the group tonight. You get the replay on the group, and classes will start tomorrow. As I said, the free classes, then the paid classes afterwards. So have a wonderful time. Bye for now. See you in class. Bye for now. Yeah.